Welcome to Between Over and Next with your hosts, Holli and Robert, a happily married couple who explore the space between what was, what is, and what's to come. From career changes to navigating life's uncertainties, this dynamic duo will empower you to live your happiest life at every age and stage. So, get ready because your journey with Holli and Robert starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Between Over and Next. Hi, Holli.
Hi, Robert. Something that really means a lot to both of us and the mission of the Between Over and Next podcast is sharing ways to live your happiest, most fulfilled life at every age and stage. Very often, we think that happiness requires the very big things to fall into place. And if that happens, then one day you'll feel happy. I do not believe that. Do you?
No.
Good answer.
No.
So simply, small treats, small gestures, small actions can spark joy and uplift your spirit. So today, we're going to share stories and practical tips to brighten your daily life. We hope you're ready to boost joy and satisfaction, and let us guide you through the magic of small treats.
Okay.
And where I feel that begins, Robert, is when we wake up every day. We both kind of have our own morning rituals. So I want you, listening or watching, to think about your morning rituals. Robert wakes up before me, and I know where he is. He's outside in our garden. He's watering the plants. He's looking out on the golf course. Share that experience with everybody.
Well, I get up very early. And ever since we moved here, one of the things I like to do, I like to go downstairs and to look out of our glass doors out onto the golf course where the sun comes up, and I watch the sunrise.
Which has significantly impacted your happiness.
Yeah, I like that time because I'm alone. No offense.
None taken.
But we're together a lot. And when we're awake together, we're usually conversing.
But it's a calming activity for you.
Well, yes, that's the way I like to wake up. But I generally, on most days, come back to bed for when you wake up so that you get to see me when you wake up. I'm your sunrise.
You are. We are going to sprinkle this episode with advice. We're going to encourage you to incorporate a daily outdoor activity into your routine. So whether it be gardening, taking a short walk, watching the sunrise, or just simply enjoying the fresh air, you can relax and recharge. It is a wonderful way to start your day and or end your day.
Agreed.
And it costs nothing.
I think that because we live in a place in the country where we do have change of seasons, and my favorite season is spring and summer, I want to take advantage of the daylight. And I think that's why I like to get up early. So I like to get all the daylight when the sun rises and when the sun sets, because the days now are getting shorter. And that's what I don't like about the season changing, not so much even the cold, because I don't necessarily mind the cold. I'll go outside. I don't have flowers to water.
But you just love the beauty of the landscape, Robert. And I think that that's really very special. So that's how you start your day. And then,
Well, because I see that a lot of people don't go outside very much. And I think that's unfortunate.
well, I don't do that first thing in the morning.
Well, but you go outside.
I wake up, and even though studies have said that blue light is bad for you, and you really shouldn't be on your phone, other than the pleasure that Robert and I have with each other, meaning
We sing to each other.
correct, right? Okay. Well, we'll let people use their imaginations, but we love each other a lot. And we express it to each other in lots of different ways. And one of the ways really is when we're texting each other. That is a little gesture that makes someone in your life feel good. And it makes you feel good. Typically, my first thing, even though this really isn't a recommended thing, but it does bring me joy, is when I'm posting on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, which are my main channels. I like to post motivational and inspirational content because I do want to spread positivity. And these digital spaces need more uplifting content. So I feel that I'm contributing to hopefully bringing a smile to someone when they decide to tap into their social. We're both active on social, but that's something that I regularly do. It's a daily ritual. Our advice is that you find a morning ritual that energizes you and sets a positive tone for the day. The next stop in the lives of Holli and Robert is something that brings us a lot of joy. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing. And it's all about this. On my shirt, it says, just a girl who loves sunshine and pickleball. We love pickleball. A fun way to stay active. And we have made a lot of new friends playing
We have.
pickleball.
Yes, I would have never guessed that I would be playing pickleball.
So our games are competitive and enjoyable. It's important to make physical activities a regular part of your routine. And it is important to stay active, and it helps strengthen your relationship. The sunshine part, that's important too, because you need to take breaks in the sun. And you may start off your day watching the sun come up, but there are times that we'll go out on our deck, and whether I take a book or my computer to play mahjong, it's an important opportunity to take a mental break. And when else do we go in the sun, Robert? Where do we love to be in the sun in our community?
Oh, well, we like to go to the pool.
See, right answer again.
You have to warn me that we're going to have a quiz, okay? Because I don't always know the
want you to
right
be-
answer.
Part of these wonderful small treats, because my favorite thing is doing them with you. Our advice is to schedule regular social activities. We play May I with our family.
Well, we like card games. We like board games.
We love,
like
oh my God, Jackbox.
computer-based games.
We bring people together.
We've always liked
Always.
games. Last few years, we've been playing more games and a lot of card games, and we like to play Uno.
Elliot
That's it.
introduced us to Milbourne.
Milbourne.
That's right. Oh, wait, and Leah introduced us to Catan,
Catan, right?
right? And we played
and
backgammon. Now we started playing backgammon again
backgammon
at the pool.
Out at the pool.
So that's really fun. So
Holly's been teaching some of the younger members of the community,
the grandkids
the grandkids,
how to play. That's been so much fun. So really, it's all about shared interests. I really love game nights. I love organizing regular game time, which is an opportunity to be social and where everybody could have a lot of fun and a lot of laughter, especially with Jackbox.
Yes. Yes, we have a lot of fun with Jack.
So I definitely encourage you. It will be in the show notes, jackbox.tv. And that is a really fun way where you use your phone as your device and you can tap into a whole bunch of games. There's another game that I love called Table Topics, which is just a bunch of cards where you get to learn more about the people that you're with.
It's a
if you're having any gathering.
conversation starter.
And icebreakers. I am sure any of you listening probably have binged a TV series. And we definitely love to do that. What do we record and watch every single night?
We like Jeopardy.
I love Jeopardy.
You like the talent shows more than I do.
Yes, I love America's Got Talent, and I love So You Think You
American
Can Dance,
Idol.
and I love Dancing with the Stars, and we're now watching Big Brother.
Big Brother I like because it's a reality show versus a talent show. But I do like AGT more so than the others because there's more variety.
I really love spending time with you. And grocery shopping together is, for many, a mundane task.
And
You know,
something some people don't do anymore.
But you prefer grocery shopping more than I do. But you do appreciate it when I join you. So we do turn it into a fun outing. Like the new Stu Leonard's, or when Wegmans opened in town. I love Trader Joe's.
But if you remember when we dated, we used to go to the ShopRite in Bayonne. Like as a date night. It used to be late at night. And I remember it was just you and I in the whole store. It was empty.
Well, I think
And we used to do that.
Part of it is planning meals or just being inspired by the shopping experience.
But we also, when we go shopping, look at different things. We look at packaging, we look at labels, we look how things are marketed, we look at where things are displayed and how new products are introduced, and if they're sampling food, what they're sampling and why are they sampling it. There's a lot more going on. We could be inspired for a podcast episode as we're shopping.
Well, that's true. I love when you share in Instagram things you've discovered. And what was really cool is like Robert saw that last Wednesday they were having a promotional cooler bag for $3.99 a bag. So he sent it to me, and I made a note on the calendar to go to Trader Joe's. I was actually playing pickleball with the girls, and Robert went and got us 2 fabulous cooler bags for $3.99 each, and they're really nice. Sometimes as ridiculous as social media could be, is as fun as it could be. And it could be a rewarding amount of time only because of the amount of discovery.
Well, I think that's what entices people. And I think that's one of the reasons why people share certain things is because they're discovering and they want to spread that news to others. So it's kind of a natural phenomenon.
Something that we do spend money on is some self-care and some wellness experiences. So Robert recently has been enjoying some pedicures, mostly for foot health. And I regularly enjoy a manicure, but together we love going for reflexology.
Mm-hmm. If anybody
True.
talking about a foot massage.
So I definitely encourage you to check out reflexology because there are so many fabulous benefits, but it could help you unwind. It could rejuvenate your spirit, your body, your mind, and
your feet.
And your feet. And not only that, I think it's important to pamper yourself. So prioritize your well-being. My favorite way of seeing my friends is in person, but that's not always possible based on where they may live or just crazy busy schedules. So I love scheduling with intention Zoom calls. Sometimes it's FaceTime calls if my friend Martine is walking the dog. I love my Zoom calls with my friend Heidi and Martine. I really love connecting virtually. It's important to catch up with your friends. It's important to support each other. It's a real important opportunity to stay connected. It's a convenient way to maintain meaningful relationships. I love when you look up on Yelp and find some new restaurants to go to in the area.
Listen,
breakfast, that's always fun.
If you draw a circle around where you live and you make it a radius of 1 hour from where you live, that's a tremendous amount of area that you probably in your whole life couldn't explore all of the things in a 1 hour radius of where you live. Because that's a pretty big area.
Last Friday, when we went out with friends of ours, it was your idea, let's go to the brewery in Denville. And that was so fabulous. We got a great table with 4 Adirondack chairs. We discovered some yummy beers. They had some great flights where you could have a little tasting. Mm-hmm. It was not expensive. And they didn't rush you, make you leave.
The point of that kind of setup is for you to hang out. They make it easy for you to spend time and hang out. But that particular town is nice because it offers pre-dinner, dinner, and post-dinner experiences all
And-
within walking distance.
And you want to know what's really good? You're supporting local businesses.
Yeah, when you find towns, especially walkable towns, that's not something that is commonplace in a lot of parts of the country. And if you don't support it, if your town or nearby towns have a more traditional walkable downtown area, if you don't support it, guess what? It's going to go away. So you have to do your part. We also like to eat pizza. Good pizza.
Well, we like a culinary adventure. And you love to go back to your hometown of Staten Island.
Yes, I do enjoy immensely the pizza that comes out of the 5 boroughs of New York. And for some reason, even though I've lived in New Jersey for 40 years or so, I still can't nail down amazing pizza like
So
they have
it's
in
worth
Staten Island
going-
and Brooklyn.
I love buying these for us occasionally, but more importantly,
Mhm.
I love giving these to friends.
Tell people what you're holding.
This is called the Scratch Off Lottery Ticket. Robert introduced this to me when we started dating.
What kind of life did you have before I came along?
This
Did you
is
have-
the joy of a small gamble, okay? If you haven't treated yourself to a $1 one, a $2 one, a $3 one, you don't know what you're missing. You got to be in it to win it. Every birthday, I include a happy birthday scratch off in the card if they live in New Jersey. I actually sent a few to my mother for her birthday, and she lives in Florida. And I told her if she wins, she's going to have to come to New Jersey to get the winnings.
Did she win?
I don't even know if she did it. We went out with friends last night, and I gave them this Win for Life one, and they won a free ticket, which means they're still in it, and they could still possibly win it.
Yes.
So I love the excitement of a quick scratch off. What else boosts our mood?
Music.
Music. Oh, I love when you put on the 70s music. Oh my goodness.
And we also like live music.
We do.
We like going to hear people perform live.
And you know what? You probably have your local
Local.
gazebo,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the summertime.
Yes.
That's-
Yes.
Except for when it rains, then you got to go indoors, which is not usually our preference.
Yeah. Holly doesn't like that.
Oh, you do?
I would still go. You don't even like to go when it's indoors. When they move something was planned outdoors, indoors, you don't like that. You go to hear music indoors when it's planned to be indoors.
I'm curious if everyone out there just popped into my mind of what I do every single morning. Sometimes I do this at midnight because that's when the New York Times Games words become available. This is a small treat for me every single day. And I know you do a couple of the games. You do connections and you're doing strands now.
A little bit, when I remember.
And I love Wordle. It's
I like
become
the
a daily to do for me.
And I like the crossword puzzles.
And if
The
you're
mini
doing
crossword
spelling,
puzzle.
and you do spelling bee too.
Nah, that annoys me.
What podcast do you like to listen to, Robert? Because that's a small treat, whether it be entertainment, whether it be education, inspiration.
I listen to a variety of different podcasts of people that I know. You know, episodes here and there.
I listen to Between Over and Next. I do.
I check that. But I tend to jump around. I'm not the type of podcast listener that listens to an entire series. I pick and choose. Even in those podcasts that I follow regularly, I look and I see if the subject matter or the guest doesn't interest me, I may not listen to it, just to be honest. And I think that's the beauty of podcasts is that the show notes are there. You have an understanding of what you're going to be listening to. And there's nothing wrong with a podcast that you listen to regularly. If there are episodes that you don't like, you don't listen. And that's part of the reason why we come out with episodes every week, because chances are you're busy and things, and you may catch up with a couple of episodes at a time and skip a week or two. And again, that's the beauty of the podcast. You wake up one morning, you go into your podcast app, and the podcasts that you like are there. The latest episode is there. And you don't have to do much besides subscribe. And again, it's like you always have it as an archive. That's the beauty of it. It's always there in the feed. And then if your interests change, think about that, or something enters your mind that you like, or there's a new movie out or something, and now suddenly you're seeing that in your feed of podcasts, then you can go and listen to that. So I like the idea of podcasting, of being in complete control of the content that you consume.
The other thing I think we have done many times is we've just wanted to take a nice walk around the reservation.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Why?
Because someone posted the other day there was a bear on the path.
Okay, well, you see.
Now, where do you go?
See, now
on
I'm not going
walk?
now.
Picture that walk.
I'm not going now.
Just a loop around. Are you going to jump in the water?
We always encourage you to invest in your personal growth and development. We are going at the end of August after Harlem Week. We're going to be going to Podcast Movement, a conference to learn and meet and grow. I am looking forward to investing our time in that, and we encourage you to take courses and to plug into things where you can really learn and or tap into something creative, whether it is trying a new recipe. You're an amazing cook. Whether it be taking up knitting, mahjong, or canasta. It's also really important to treat yourself without guilt. So if you're going to have that ice cream cone or a piece of chocolate, just enjoy it, okay? Don't feel upset about having those calories. I was really thinking about you and McDonald's, to tell you the truth.
What about me and McDonald's?
No. When you say, Holly, I've got a free ice cream cone, do you want it? That's your way of saying I love you.
By sharing my free ice cream cone
Yes.
from McDonald's?
Yes.
Okay, if that's all it takes, I don't mind.
We highly encourage you to integrate small treats into your daily life, and this is important. Consistency is key. Pay attention. Be aware. Be mindful when enjoying your small treats. Fully engage with the experience and enhance the pleasure and satisfaction you derive from it. There should always be balance and moderation. All the small treats that you enjoy should complement your lifestyle. And important, do things that you love. Make sure that they are tailored to your preferences, to your interests. Find what makes you happy and integrate those elements into your daily life. Small delights keep us going. Small treats ornament our life. And if you give yourself enough opportunities for such treats, you'll find that you definitely will be smiling a lot more. I want you to give yourself a treat, and I want you to give yourself a treat today. And I encourage our listeners to start incorporating these ideas, and we would love to hear your ideas. So please share them with us.
Well, I don't think anybody should postpone joy. I think life is far too short. And I think the younger you are, the more invincible you feel. And as we get older, we appreciate that time is precious. So I think that every day is a gift, especially as we get older.
Be grateful.
And make the most of it. And treat yourself, like we said, to the little things that may not cost a lot or may not cost anything. When you walk around happy, I think the world is better because of that. And
it spreads.
Yeah. We talked about it in our event planning episode, where the guests take the cues from the hosts. And when the hosts are happy, the guests are happy. So that's true in everyday life. When you're a happy person, a positive person, then the people around you will undoubtedly have some of that positivity rub off on them. So that in and of itself doesn't cost anything to do. And you're spreading something good to others.
So just remember to find the joy in the little things every day.
So thanks for joining us here on Between Over and Next, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Between Over and Next. We hope you enjoyed this episode and found it meaningful and insightful.
If you value it to be worthwhile, please share it with your friends and family.
We would really appreciate it if you could take a moment to write a review for us. Your feedback will help us continue to create content that resonates with you.
And don't forget, in the show notes, you can find all the relevant links mentioned in this episode, from accessing free downloads to visiting our website and more.
If you have any questions or comments, we would love to hear from you. Simply send us an email. Our email address is hello@hollyandrobert.com. We're always excited to connect with our listeners.
So until next time, thank you again for joining us on Between Over and Next.
Thank you for listening to Between Over and Next, the podcast that navigates the twists and turns of life with courage, laughter, and a whole lot of inspiration. Tune in every Tuesday to hang out with Holli and Robert on your favorite podcast platform. Visit hollyandrobert.com and follow them on social media to ignite your passion and fuel your dreams.